Welcome, Scorpio and Scorpio cross-watchers, to your singles and new love reading. I don't know why I can't find this card. For May 2023. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. We're going to get where you are, where you're headed, what you need to know, and then we'll pull cards for the next love interest for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and that will all be time-stamped in the description box below. So Scorpio, where you are is the Eight of Cups, and before we flip that card over, it actually feels like there was a necessary loss. I feel like it just feels like the type of energy where I feel like somebody here wasn't brave enough to end something, so you did it for them. Not that you went in and broke up a couple or something, but it's almost like I feel like there was someone that was beating around the bush and they weren't kind of getting to the point, and I feel like you knew what was up. You felt it. You were like, I feel to a certain extent you kind of felt it coming, and when they kind of pussyfooted around, I feel like you just kind of knocked everything over. And I feel like for those of you, it may be only a few of you, for those of you that are feeling that it's somehow your fault, that you shouldn't have done that it's, you like fast-tracked something, I'm not seeing that you did. I don't feel that that's actually the case. And I feel like even me saying that, you already know that. It's like sometimes when you're kind of lost in the grief or the sorrow of losing whatever it is that you lost, right? Because you're not running from that. You're not pretending it's not there. And I feel like when you experience that and you feel like, oh, maybe I did something wrong, I don't actually feel that that's you feeling that way. It feels like it's someone near you, not even related to this situation. I feel like it's like a neighbor or something that's going through a tough time, and it's almost like this might sound strange, it's like projecting onto you. And I feel like you'll know because it's like the energy will kind of come on you instead of from within, if that makes sense. I feel like there's other times where that kind of thought pattern will come out of nowhere when you're not even thinking about this thing. And it's like, and that's how you know for sure that whatever that is, it's not yours to hold and it's not yours to carry. So where you're headed. Ooh. So we did get the Strength card, which looks like a very romantic card. And I feel like there's somebody here that wants to they seem to want to brighten your day. I'm really getting like the Sun card vibes with this person. It just feels like it's almost like they're disturbing your peace while you're in your healing process, right? And I feel like that wasn't me farting, it's just the stool that I'm perched on. I feel like this person really can't stand to see you suffer. I feel like they may come in with the romance. It's like to somebody just kind of watching the surface of whatever's going on with you here. They seem to be just, a romantic person, blah, blah, blah. But I actually feel like it eats them up inside what you've been going through. And it's almost like, the romance is useless or worthless to them right now. It's like it's almost like a farce to check in on you. I feel like they'd happily drop the romance and just, I almost want to say like come in and give you a big hug and hold you. And it's almost like, and you'd be like, okay. And they're like, no, I'm not letting go yet. You know what I mean? And it's almost like you expect it to be one of those, oh, hey, how are you hugs? One of the short ones, right? But I feel like they hold on to you long enough for you to feel like you can breathe and kind of let your shoulders drop. At least that's what they want to do. Sorry about that, Scorpio. So this person, it also feels like there's someone here that this person would like to kind of step in and protect you from, or kind of like tell whatever it is, person, place, or thing to like F off. But it's almost like they seem to feel it's not their place, it's not the right step yet. It's almost like they feel that if they do that, you may think, or you could think that they're under the impression that you can't handle it yourself. But it's like, it's that energy of, people don't always protect other people because they need to be protected. Sometimes it's because they're important. So, and what does Scorpio, no, I think we need to pull a clarifier on this strength card real quick. So we have the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And then we have Four of Cups, Nine of Swords, Moon, and Page of Wands. I feel like this person knows what's kind of going, like they might come off as almost like a little bit naive, kind of like a bubbly, not bubbly, but like this very fun-loving energy, but that's what they project to the world. I feel like there's a lot more. It's almost like if you feel, that this, not saying that you do, but if you feel that this person is not too happy, but it's like that their outer persona isn't going to be a match to your personality. I feel like this is the type of person that takes that lion mask off when they get home. They're not the same when it's just when they're at home, when it's just around very few people. And it's not even like if their friends were around, how they would act. I feel like that part of themselves, I want to say like that very real part of themselves that they just don't show many people. And it's not even like they're trying to protect themselves or it's fear-based. It just feels like it's too personal. It's too valuable. It's too important to them. They don't just hand that out to people. Not everybody's going to have access to that, but they seem to feel that you would be someone that they could be, that would be worth opening up to. And I feel like it's almost like that happiness seems to come, or the outer happiness that they're projecting anyway, seems to come from a place of, they know, it's almost like they know, but really they feel like people need them to kind of light the room up. Not that they, think they light up a room, but it's almost like they feel that their role in society or their role in the world is to kind of help people, like gas them up sort of thing. So it's like, if they're not happy, if they're not bubbly, what's the point? Like, what are they good for? What's the point of them being there? Not what are they good for, but it's like, why would they even be around people if they can't lift them up? Okay, so what you need to know. What does Scorpio need to know? So we do have the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So the Eight of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles. No, the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Funnily enough, I feel like it's almost this energy of feeling like you thought you only had a certain amount of work done, or you thought that you were a certain distance away from a goal and realizing you're not. It's almost like whatever it is that you kind of had to end because someone else didn't have the nerve to do it, it feels like it really threw a fork in the mix for you. Not that it's completely derailed you, but I feel like it's almost like in order to spin the rest of that web, right? I feel like you seem to feel like it's going to take quite a bit more time to do it on your own. Not that you're not going to do it, but it just feels like it's almost like you seem to be slowly realizing that even if you had depended on that person for whatever it is, it's like it never would have stuck, if you will, right? It wouldn't have how do I say this? It's almost, if they're not dependable, if they kind of can't even say what they want or what they feel, right? It just feels like the way that they handle themselves, you lost some respect for them. And it's almost like you may have had an easier route to get to where you wanted to go with that person, but and it's like, I mean, if there was an easier way, then you'd take the easier way, but I'm just kind of feeling like you're going to get to where you're going to go regardless, right? What's interesting about this Ten of Pentacles card is that it looks the same, whether it's upright or reversed. It's just what people are naming it, right? So it's almost like good or bad, hard to say. And I feel like you're taking it all in stride with that Scorpio energy, right? Like you're in that place where I want to say it's like the that kind of like transformational energy, letting things go, letting new things come in, that you guys are usually able to really embrace change, right? Excuse me, embrace change. And I feel that you are you're really able to see kind of the bright side of things. And I'm going to be honest, I do feel like this person is they seem to be impressed at how quickly you're bouncing back. So what's this Seven of Swords? We're just gonna pull a, hold on. Yeah, this one. Can we get a clarifier? Oh, for heaven's sake. So we have Temperance there, and I'm just gonna, I don't know why I'm dropping them all on the floor today. We have the Five of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, both reversed. It almost feels like this type of energy that it's like, has someone told you, like, you're never going to find anybody, you're going to be alone forever, like, it just feels like somebody has been talking noise about you. It's almost like you may have somehow heard them without them knowing that you heard them. And it's almost like, and other people did too. And I feel like there's just something here that especially this person knows that whatever was said, they seem to feel like, number one, you didn't deserve it. And number two, it's like it's classless for that person to have done it like that. And it's like this other person maybe wasn't on this Strength card person's radar before as someone kind of vile, but I am seeing that it's almost like here's the lion's den and you're the lion's den. And it's like, and this person, they're not attacking, they're not going after anything, but it's like they're just kind of pacing back and forth, not even looking directly at this person, but it's like they're going to always know where that person is out of the corner of their eye, because they seem to be quite a wild card. It's almost like Scar from The Lion King. That's the type of energy I'm getting from this person. Right? Somebody that doesn't want you to change. It's almost like going back to that energy of you changing. That's the chrysalis, when the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. And it's like, and all of their, excuse me, I was going to actually swear, so I guess the excuse me was redundant. It's like this person seems to want to kind of like poke and prod and almost kind of like drain your essence, your life force, if you will. And, but it's almost like they can't do it. It's too public. You've got something on them. They better not, I almost want to say, like, they better not toy with you. They better not mess with you too hard, because I feel like you could really, it's like they're not going to know what hit them if they play too many games. So we are going to, there it is, for Scorpio Sun, those of you in new love for viewers with their Sun in Scorpio. So we do have the Five of Cups there at the bottom of the deck. So the deck is upright. It's not me being bad at shuffling. We have the Knight of Swords with the Page of Cups, both reversed. So for me as a reader, the Page of Cups usually talks about the cold, hard truth, right? But in this deck, it always kind of talks about someone that is focused on, like, you know, they're spreading themselves around people, if you catch my drift. And I feel like this is someone that it's like, if they even get the slightest whiff, not that they do, but I feel like this is the kind of person that they seem to stick around people longer than they need to. And it's almost like because they want to believe better about people. They want to believe that people are better than they show them. And I feel like this person is someone that's been devastated quite a few times because of that. You know, the Knight of Swords, it's literally someone running away. And it's reversed. And it's almost like this person, maybe they have like some sort of abandonment problem, like issue. But I feel like if it was done to them or they have some sort of issue with it, it's like it almost, they would rather be abandoned than abandon someone else. It's like they seem to feel like it's like it would be too gut-wrenching, too heart-wrenching for them to feel like they're abandoning somebody. But I feel like, hold on for a second. I feel like this person, like, make no mistake, it doesn't feel like they're a doormat, okay? They seem to have some, you know, deal breakers, if you will. And it's almost like this seems to be someone that's very accommodating. But if you cross the line with them, it's like they kind of go ape shiz. I feel like this person, it's like they're so, not muted, but they're so demure with their energy, so self-controlled. So like, okay, well let's talk about this. Okay, well, I see that something happened. Let's talk about it. And it's almost like, but when people cross boundaries with this one, because they're so accommodating, they flip their you know what I mean? And it's like, and all of the stuff that they, you know, they kind of let go as water under the bridge. I'm almost hearing that actually they really weren't okay with, but they didn't want to make a big deal about it. I feel like all of that's going to come out if somebody crosses a boundary with this person. So we are going to get, I'm just looking for my, where's the deck? Oh, not sure. How does this person feel about Scorpio? And how will Scorpio know? So we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. So, how do they feel about you? Page of Swords. They feel like you... They seem to feel that you are truthful to a fault, but that they could use some of that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they see a quality in you that seems to be a little bit harsh, but I feel like they're trying to learn from that and almost like pick some of it up, because I feel like they're not, right? I also feel that they feel that you use like the truth or you know, certain things that you know as a weapon to keep people away. So it's not like an offensive weapon. You're not trying to do anything with anyone. It's a defensive weapon, right? It's more like a shield rather than a sword. But I feel like it's the kind of shield that like they feel like, oh, okay. So you know how the cards were saying that this like boundaries get crossed with this person, and like good luck, good effing luck, because I feel like what actually seems to happen here is this person actually sees that same quality in you, but they see you as doing it more often or more frequently. Because it's like there's certain things, it's the same thing, right? There's certain things that people can't cross. I just feel like with that fixed energy, you're just not going to be as accommodating, right? You know that people know exactly what they're doing all the time. And it's like, and you're not going to be accommodating when you know darn well that people know that they're trying to take advantage. Or it like that people are taking advantage of you and like, oh, no, 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 that's not going to happen. So I feel like they may see that as like you're a little bit too volatile with it. Um, but it's almost like they're smart enough to know that it's like they are a little bit judgy, but when they think about it more, they actually admire it, if that makes sense. How will you know it's them? Um, I feel like, hold on for a second here. There's going to be somebody that comes rushing in that's going to act like they're the greatest thing since baked bread. I guess a bag of baked lays or whatever. And it just feels like there's going to be this other person that comes in. I feel like this person is someone that they take what they want, but they usually just discard. It's like someone that's going to steal a burger from someone and ride off into the sunset, but they take one bite and then throw the burger away and ride off into another sunset. It's that type of an energy with this person. I feel like you're going to find them. It does feel like you're actually quite similar with this other one, but this person's going to come in like abrasive, annoying, someone that's trying to make a splash, someone that's trying to act like they're the bringer of destiny somehow. And I feel like if you two know each other already and you saw this person come in, the two of you would look at each other and be like, "Oh my god." Like it does not feel like it's someone that you are interested in, and it's almost like there seems to be something about the two of you both finding this person very abrasive that actually seems to cause some sort of camaraderie to develop between the two of you. It's almost like both of you see this person's BS games, and it's almost like the two of you look at each other out of the crowd, and I feel like other people might be a little bit scared of this person, but the two of you are not. So, for those of you with your moon in Scorpio. Just gonna finish off here. So, bottom of the deck is Ten of Wands. Wow. And the card here is the Seven of Cups. So, Scorpio. It feels like someone that's super wishy-washy. It feels like someone that it's almost like they can't even pick a frickin' ice cream flavor. I feel like this is somebody that likes everybody, but it's almost like, and they know what they should choose or which person they should choose, but it's almost like they want the one that's going to burn them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this person seems to like this is what it feels like. It feels like somebody that's gotten out of a long-term relationship, and I feel like, hold on for a second. I feel like they're actually still hung up on their ex, and it's almost like their ex left them. This might be specific. I feel like their ex left them because, sorry, one moment, please. Sorry about that, Scorpio. So, it feels like this person, it's almost like they want to pretend that they're not entirely sure what happened, but I feel like they know that they drove their person away. It may not be the actual situation, but it's almost the energetics of somebody that wouldn't commit. And this person they literally did. I really do feel that even this one knows that this one gave the Seven of Cups person every chance they possibly could. And it's like, and if they stayed there, it's almost like this person would never be able to respect themselves if they didn't walk away. So it's like this person kind of feels, I'm going to be honest, they're not happy that this other one walked away, but they know they deserved it because they didn't treat the other person right. I also feel, this might be specific, that the person that left took an animal or something that was really important to your person, And it's almost like that's like they know why this one left, but losing that other softer, smaller thing, I feel like that seems to be really heart-wrenching for this person. That seems to be causing them, it's like they hope this other one comes back just so they can have the animal or whatever. So, um, okay. Sorry to say, um, this is kind of gross. I feel like this person wants you to make them forget about their person that left. It's it's almost the energy of somebody that um like they seem to want someone that they see as intense, too hot to handle, someone that they feel is going to fly off the handle. I don't know what this person knows of you, but they seem to be wanting to choose the. It's like they're going to pretend to choose other options, but I feel like they do kind of want to go for you more because they feel like you're going to distract them and help them get over their ex. I feel like there is obviously something there that they do legitimately, want to get to know you, but I feel like they're in a place where they can't actually give anybody anything right now. Um, the fact that they were treating someone else so close to them so poorly, it's like that says that they haven't had anything to give for a while. I feel like they were more tired than they realized. I feel like they were letting um it's almost like there were too many balls in the air for this person and they had to let some of them drop, and they feel like they had already dropped enough balls to try to save the relationship, so I feel like they just stopped catching the relationship when it came down. And they seem to feel like they want someone that's going to be um, quick on their feet, almost a little bit crafty. Not arts and crafts, but the other crafty. And they see you as someone that they can get lost in. It's kind of like, I'm sorry to say this, it's almost like they feel this person was their true match and they messed it up. So it's like now they want to go and have one of those intensely chaotic and sexual relationships, right? That they can look back on and like um, and enjoy when they're older, but not one that they intend to stay in, whatever, you know what I mean? Um, and like, that's not to kind of crap all over this person, right? I feel like it's almost like they know what they're doing, but it's kind of like they feel they can't stop, like they're a train, right? It's like you can't just put the brakes on and come to a dead stop. It takes a while for things to slow down, and it's almost like this person is used to being on a train to screwing up this relationship, that it's almost like that they've let go of too many things. They've surrendered control of too many things. So, for those of you with your a Scorpio rising, ah, wow, so we have the Knight of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles here. So, interesting. I feel like this is someone that is a little bit of a, like a lot of other people might find them like quirky or almost like an eccentric. Sorry, I kind of stumbled on the words there. But it's almost like they're eccentric and quirky on purpose. It's almost like they have to let the weird part of, weird, weird part of themselves out. Because it's like, how can the other weirdos find them, sort of deal. And what I kind of admire, I really like about this person is that the things that they know people find quirky about them, it's almost like whatever it is that they know is quirky, they know that it's going to attract the right people, because they're not sitting here trying to pretend like they're about, this or that when they're really not. I feel like this is someone that's unashamed to be themselves. And it's the type of energy where it's like if someone was trying to insult them, they would like respond to that person and make that person feel stupid for having done it, but not in a way that's going to cause an argument, not in a way that's inflammatory, in a way that kind of like shuts that person down and causes that person to treat them with respect in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's the kind of energy where it's like they would say that and then the other person would come up and be like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have done that." It's someone who by their everyday actions they command respect. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like they are interested in you, but it does feel like hold on for a second. They're interested, but they seem to feel you're not their type somehow. It's almost like they feel, hold on for a second. They're trying to distract you with something. It feels like this person is trying to get you to look at something about them, but it feels like it's a test. Like they're trying to see if you'll be distracted by money, status, power, something that they don't value that most people do. It's almost like this person would offer, I don't know, like money or a credit card or something. It feels like they would offer something to people, and if people take it, they know that person, it's like they know that that's what that person values the most. And I feel like when they do that with you, it feels strange. And it's almost like they would offer it to you and you'd look them in the eye and look at it and look them in the eye and at it. And it's almost like your assumption is that if you take the money, there's going to be a bear trap that comes down on you. And I feel like you just kind of ignore it. And they feel that they've hurt you. That wasn't their intention. And it doesn't feel to you that they've actually hurt you. It's more like it's just kind of weird. And funnily enough, it feels like this person kind of seems to want to make up for it. So it's almost like you seem to be the only person that they go out of their way to be kind to acknowledge. Not that they don't build other people up, right? But it's like they make a point to do that with you. And it does kind of feel like this person would like to have a connection with you. It just feels like they seem to feel like they can be the only star of the show. And it's almost like they feel your energy would kind of overtake what they have going on, I want to say. It's almost like this person may, like they want to be the star of the show and they're looking for someone to work in the background, to be behind the curtains or whatever that saying is. And they don't see you as someone that is willing to do that. And it does kind of feel like down the road, this person might regret passing up this opportunity with you because it's like power couple status. It just feels like this person, right now, they don't want a power couple status. They want to be in charge. So, for those of you with your Scorpio in Venus, or Venus in Scorpio, there we go. Venus in Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio. Damn. So we have, wow, we have the Magician. Excuse me. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So Scorpio. Excuse me. I feel like this is someone, it's almost like if ever you've seen that meme where there were two twins dressed up and like one of them was in all black and the other one was like decked out in rainbow everything. It feels like that's the two of you, right? It's almost like people may feel, if the two of you got together, I feel like people would feel that they could point out those sort of things, like how the two of you dress different or whatever, or like your demeanor is very different. People feel they can say that to you, but it's almost like people wouldn't say it to this person. They feel like this person's stare is very intense. It's intimidating. And it's almost, they seem to have the type of stare that people can't quite decipher what they're thinking. And they seem to have, or sorry, people seem to feel that you are, it just feels like you're a force to be reckoned with, right? And I feel like other people may kind of underestimate this one. Hold on for a second. It's almost like some people may assume that this is your whole personality, right? Whatever this they see as like, not even cold and calculated, but just cold, shutting people out. It's almost like people feel that you don't talk very much. Like if someone kind of, I don't know why I keep seeing this, but it's like someone says something to you that's like, no. And instead of yelling at them, you just dump your cup with all of the ice in it. You just dump all the drink down the drain, drink on the counter, and get your stuff and go. And people are like, is Scorpio leaving? Are they leaving? And, without saying a word. And I feel like it's stuff like that is, it's like people don't know, right? They don't know what to think or what to do or what to this or that. And like sometimes maybe it's because you're angry. I feel like other times it's because that person said something that made you be like, oh, I gotta go, right? And it's like, and you have to go, you feel like you have to go do something. It's almost like you have to go fix something. I'm hearing something about the importance of gassing up your car. And what seems to be really gorgeous about this person is it's like they're not the kind of person that's going to pepper you with questions. I feel like this is the kind of person that, because they feel like they have everything that they need, let's say, for example, they're hosting that party and you kind of like dumped your drink, off you go. It's almost like people might go up to them and be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to startle you, but Scorpio's left. And this person be like, mm-hmm. It's almost like, yes, okay, and you know what I'm saying? It's like they don't doubt you. They don't feel the need to kind of like, hold on. Just wondering how to say this. How do I say this? Hold on for a second, Scorpio. It just feels like they're not the kind of person that is going to get upset because other people are like, oh, Scorpio left. They'd be like, okay, well, do you know when they're coming back, right? Like it's not a matter of if, it's when, right? They're not insecure. I feel like it might be one of the first people that you've been with like that, and it's like sometimes it may feel strange. It's almost like you may be used to having to deal with people that are more insecure, that need a lot more reassurance from you, but this one doesn't, and I feel like it makes you love them more. With this World card, it actually is kind of clarifying. It's kind of clarifying your person. I feel like this person has closed out cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle. It's like, you know how your card is the death card with that constant transformation? I feel like this person has gone through so many cycles that it's like they've made this thing up here, excuse me, with all of the garlands that they've got, right? And it's like they I feel like they don't show people a lot of what they've done and what they've been through. It feels like people may look at this person like, oh, they must have had a great life. They must have had a perfect this, a perfect that, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like they made it a good one, but it doesn't feel like their life was as easy as everybody thinks that it was, right? It's like they just wake up and choose to be happy every day. So we're going to get one card for between the two of you. Then I'll close out the reading. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, which was Scorpio rising there. We have the Empress reversed. So it almost feels like, strangely enough, you know how when you plant a bulb, or you plant specifically a bulb, I guess, it almost looks like this is the roots that are going underground and nothing's broken free, right? It's almost like, I feel like you personally seem to want to, you'd really need to take your time to build trust with this person, because I feel like they seem to know a lot of people, or a lot of people like know them in a acquaintance sort of way. And I feel like there seems to be an instance where this person is talking to someone that seems like an acquaintance, but it's like they start talking about something that you kind of feel like, why are you telling this person? Like, why are you telling this person that you barely know all of your stuff? And it seems to make you pull back a little bit. It seems to make you feel like, I almost want to say, like you need to get to know, oh my gosh, my ear is burning. Like someone is talking some shit right now. It's actually like, it's really bothering me with how much it's burning. So I feel like you seem to feel like you need to lay more groundwork to kind of feel like you can trust and lean into this person. And it does feel like, to a certain extent, there's some things that you really don't get with them. You really don't understand with them. I feel like you seem to be put on somehow. It's almost like you seem to feel like you're somehow not doing enough, or you're not, I feel like there's something about this person that seems to make you insecure, or kind of doubt yourself or the things that you do. Oh my gosh, my ear. Usually it's just on the tip, but it's going like halfway down my ear right now. I feel like that whatever that insecurity is, it's actually pretty short-lived, right? It's not like you stay and you unpack and you live there for a while, right? I feel more that it's almost like within that whole thing, I feel like whatever cups were broken, it's almost like reaching into a jar or a bag, and it's like every time you've reached into that jar or that bag, there's been broken glass, right? But it's like, but you had to kind of go in there to pull something out. And it's like, and I feel like you're about to go down and feel like there's no more broken glass. So I think I'll leave it there, Scorpio. If this reading resonated, of course, I hope it was helpful and brought you some clarity. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.